Welcome to LTU Perspectives, a journey into the experiences, stories, and adventures at Lawrence Technological University, a student-hosted podcast filled with insights and the intriguing stories that embody the LTU spirit.
Going to another episode of the LTU Perspectives podcast. I'm Nico Sparks, joined here with Zach Kaechle, also from the Media Communication program. Zach, how are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty great, Nico. Thanks for asking.
So I'm at the end of my LTU journey. Mm-hmm. It's been a really good 4 years. I've learned a lot. I am a whole different person than who I was when I started this. You are 2 years into your 4-year program, and a lot has changed since I came into the program and since you've come into the program. Big thing, our advisor's changing. I don't have to go through Kevin because I'm gone, but Jody is retiring and Kevin is taking over. How do you feel about that?
I think it's sad because, like, when I first toured Lawrence Tech, I actually did the tour by myself. I was very grown up and very proud of myself.
Of course.
But yeah, so I did that. And I originally was going to go to Specs Howard. I was just going to do the 2-year degree and get out of here and, live off in the world. But then I met with Jody and we talked, and she convinced me to do the 4-year program. She actually worked on some of my favorite horror movies, Misery.
I didn't know she worked on that.
Yeah, she did the editing for it.
That's
so
great.
It was super
I didn't know
cool.
that,
And
yeah.
so I'm like, oh, this is the coolest person ever. I have to go here now.
Right, of course.
So
no, Jody's really terrific.
I'm sad that she's leaving because part of the reason why I'm here, it's part of the reason I met so many different people and all that. I don't know if I would have done the program without her. I would have graduated my journey would have come to an end too, So,
Sure, yeah.
It's mixed. Kevin's awesome. I'm excited for Kevin to take over as well because he's going to do a terrific job, but it's just still, sad.
It is a mixed bag because Jody, she's terrific. I've gotten to work with her for 4 years. Kevin, terrific. He came about 2 years ago, I believe.
Oh, really?
Does that sound right?
I don't. I've only been here 2 years. I don't know.
You've only been here 2 years. So he came in about the same time you came in, and I really wish I had Kevin from the start, as like a mentor and just getting hands-on equipment so quickly. And they're such vastly different personalities, both great in their own right. That's interesting that Jody was a big pull. Mm-hmm. Do you feel like, are you happy where you are? Do you wish you would have done the Specs 2?
No, I would have been super bummed if this was my last semester here. I really like I like everyone in the program. I like all my classes. I like meeting new people. Who I was when I first came here is way different than who I am now. I've always been kind of I'm talkative. I'm Polish. I can't help it. It's fun, but I just I don't know how to phrase it. I don't know. I've become a lot more social. I like going around campus and being like, "Hey, I know you. I know this person." I
Sure.
do a little princess wave. It's fun.
Yeah, right. To all your friends.
Right, exactly. Swipe. I swiped you into the FOC today, but just grabbing some food with friends, dorming on campus. My roommate rocks. It just stuff happens. You meet a lot of people, do different things, and I think it's very foundational for who I am now. So, plus, 4 years, I get to network more. I get to meet more people. I got to, I still continue to get to because it's not the end of my chapter yet. But I get to just meet new people, do a lot of cool things. So
that's great. What big changes have you seen in yourself?
Like just since
since starting college.
It's gonna come to a shock to some people listening, but I used to be kind of quiet.
Is that true? Yeah, I can't even imagine.
Yeah, it's hard to imagine that. I don't know. I'm not sure if quiet's the right word.
But you've kind of come out of your shell. So.
Yeah, I come out of my shell. I don't think before I speak sometimes. And it's a really funny story. In high school, because I was super cool, I was in improv.
Nice.
Actually, it was in middle school, so I was a really cool middle schooler. And we had this teacher, who I will not say her name, but nobody cared for her, including me. Okay. And she gave out this paper, and I wrote it, and she's like, "Oh, this is an A paper. You're gonna do great." I'm like, "Well, thank you." She gave me a C. So I was a little frustrated with this miscommunication.
Just she said one thing.
Yeah, and then she lowered it to 70. I'm like, well, that's not even remotely close. A B I would have been fine with, but that was just mean. So there was a part in the improv where we're in a line, right? and there was a prompt, and the guy would say something. It's like, like you'd give a funny answer, unlike this example I'm going to give, because I need to demonstrate what the example is. But it'd be like, it's like, name something electrician does, changes wires. But the prompt was,
but something funny.
Yeah, but something funny. And I'm so great at improv, it's crazy.
Sure.
But
long time since middle school.
yeah, right, a bit out of my depth. But it was he said, "What's something no one's ever said before?" Because I'm just so stupid. This was so funny. It was a terrible idea. I stepped forward. I got like a big, wide grin. And I go, blank is a great teacher.
That's funny.
To the collective gasp and awes, and as soon as I said that, I was
the
like,
teacher in the crowd?
Oh my God, no, she wasn't, but she knew.
Oh my goodness.
Because suddenly I started losing papers. So I would never say that about anyone here at Lawrence Tech. So
well, that's good.
I would say they're all great teachers here.
So not only have you come out of your shell, but you've been better at kind of choosing what to say.
Vaguely.
Yeah.
A bit better. Sometimes
you have 2 more years to,
two more years to have
yeah.
like some accidents. Actually, it was funny. Part of Kayla's sorority, they were doing Iris Icon, which is like a mock male beauty pageant.
Oh, fun.
Yeah,
okay.
I was pretty good. I got 3rd.
Congratulations.
Out of 4.
Oh, well.
But it was cool. But it's like one of the prompts was they said something like, "What do you want to do in your future?" And I said some like nice thing, like, "Oh, I want to build a good future I'm proud of." And one of the judges went, "Aw," and I just went, "It's not that serious." Probably shouldn't say that to the judge if I want to win, but
right. That's what got you 3rd. Is you have to
probably own it.
It's about your persona.
Actually, I did stand up as my talent because
that's funny.
That was fun, yeah. So I don't know, just see something like that. I don't know if I would have done a few years ago, because I've always been a bit more social. Like one of the Cheryl Choden's class, that gets you really comfortable in front of the camera. I'm like, you know what, I'm pretty good at this.
That's great.
Got a face for radio.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Stuff like that. It's cool.
That's great. Yeah, doing improv in front of, I'm sure, like mostly strangers.
For like in the middle school or like
for the Iris Icon.
Yeah, well, it was like a lot. It was fun because it was a lot of Greek life.
Sure.
So it was funny because they introduced everyone like, "Oh, it's Alejandro from the Phi Caps," and then they get to me. It's like, "Oh, it's Zach representing MediaCom." It's just not.
That's funny. So you're not. So you're kind of.
I'm just an outsider. I was.
You're representing.
Well, Kayla
MediaCom.
was just like, "Oh, you should do it." And I'm like, "All right, I'm not doing anything."
Okay,
why not?
sure.
So it was fun. Got
That's
a T-shirt
hilarious.
out of it. So.
You got a T-shirt.
Yeah,
Nice.
it says Iris Icon. You ever see Teen Beach Movie?
Yeah,
It was so dope. I had it was surfers versus bikers. I was a surfer.
Oh, nice.
I was dripped out. It was great.
That is MediaCom. We would be the bikers would be like engineering. We're the surfers.
Exactly, but surfers are way cooler.
That's true. That's true. MediaCom.
No,
what were you gonna say?
I just had pink sunglasses, which is pretty dope. I had glasses on top of my glasses.
That's great.
6 eyes.
They didn't have pink sunglasses with your prescription.
No, that's doing too much.
Yeah.
It's also just funnier to have the sunglasses on top.
That is really funny. That is funny. So, coming to LTU, what do you want to do? What have you gotten to do, and what are you excited to do with the rest of your college journey?
Well, truthfully, when I came here, I wanted to do editing because I had done a lot of editing before, and I was really good at it. I still am, humble brag.
Sure.
But now I've done so many different things in like the studio and stuff like that. It's just really opened my eyes to all the different possibilities.
You thinking in front of the camera or?
In front of the camera would be cool. Doing a podcast would be cool.
Sure.
When I did because you were there, the MMA job, that was like the first.
That was great.
I don't want to say
that's
real
when
job.
me and Zach met.
Yeah, it was cool.
That was a really cool job. You know what? Yeah, do you want to talk a little bit about the MMA fight with Mark Adler?
Mark Adler,
shout out Mark Adler. Yeah, he's great.
It was cool. So over the summer, I needed money. So I told Jody, I'm like, if anyone needs any help with anything, just put my name out there. I'd be more than happy to apply. If they want me, they want me. If they don't, whatever. And so got an email from Mark Adler. He's like, hey, we're doing stuff for XFC.
Sure.
We need a production assistant. Are you interested? And I go, yes.
It was pretty. We got a lot of emails, but it was pretty vague.
Yeah, it was. I guess it kind of was. I wasn't exactly sure, and it was in Detroit, and I was like, I don't want to pay for parking in Detroit.
Yeah, right.
That's gonna cut into my profit margin. Right. So I had my dad drive me. He was very happy.
That's hilarious.
So.
Yeah, they did provide parking.
Yeah, I just didn't know that when I read the email. But it was so cool. And I've always been into like behind the scenes stuff with like films and like, watching behind the scenes and like hearing interviews and like the how something is made. And to actually be part of that, it just felt so unique. I mean, I was taking photos during it, but it was, I was helping out a lot too. But
we put together like the MMA ring.
yeah, that was so sick.
That was cool.
And it's really funny
we were hanging
too.
lights. We were being proper PAs.
Yeah, it was cool. And then it was funny
We
too.
were running loads of cable. Yeah.
We set up the arena, right? Mm-hmm. And I remember I whisper over to you, I'm like, "There's gonna be a point where no one is nearby. I want a photo of me in the ring." And
did we ever get that photo?
I got a photo of me in it. I don't know if you got one of you in it.
I don't think
I
did.
offered, but you were like, nah.
That's funny.
I got one of me like flexing in there, and I wasn't even, not that I'm like super huge now, but I look way better now, and I wish I got it now.
Sure, Photoshop over.
Right.
keep the head, but
right, exactly. But it was just, I don't know, just seeing everyone like, because there was teams from all over the place. It wasn't like just one company working there. You had people from like, I was talking to people from like Ohio.
Oh my goodness. They had someone just for the light wall.
Yeah, no.
That was my favorite crew, was hanging out with the light wall guys.
Really?
That was great.
I like the,
And those are like, I looked up after, those are like 80,000 a pop.
Dang.
They had
like
two small,
squares?
the small ones. No, not per square.
No, but like they were square shapes is what I'm getting at.
Yeah. But for like the whatever, it's like the 8-foot ones, the little ones.
Yeah.
I couldn't find the big ones, but they were like $80,000.
Dang.
So we were touching like, it's not, during our college years.
I
we
wasn't
were touching
qualified.
like, right, $500,000 worth of technology.
Yeah.
And being trusted to like hit stuff on it.
Right. But it was just, I don't know, just seeing it all come together just made me like, it really cemented to me, like, this is what I want to do.
Yeah.
This is my major. This is like my passion.
That's great.
It was so cool. And every production job I've done since then has just reaffirmed that.
What other production jobs have you done?
Not a lot. I mean,
okay.
I've done a few.
That was a very unique one. That was,
such a cool, I want to do that.
I've PA'd before. I have never PA'd for something like that. That's terrific.
I did, we did the volleyball shoot for just Kevin's class. That was super fun.
Yeah.
They had me, it was actually really funny because I'm on the shoulder mount camera.
Yeah.
I did.
We had no communication.
We didn't. And we had chest, I had chest tries and shoulders that day, like the day before. So I did like lat raises, so my shoulders were really sore. So yeah, like,
so you're working
like a 30-pound thing. And I'm just like, oh my God. And then it was funny because Luke made me get shots of like the volleyball players on the side, which is typically not something you see. It was a cool shot, I agree.
Yeah.
But then if you look at the state champs video on YouTube, I just look so stupid because I'm like pointing the camera like away from where all the action is, and it just looks like, who hired this guy? It's so funny.
Hey,
I'm
buddy,
like,
turn around.
because I was watching it. I told my uncle, and my uncle's old, and I love him.
Sure.
Actually, he was in one of my MediaCom projects. Shout out Uncle Bob.
Shout out Uncle
But he
Bob.
sends me a photo of his laptop of me on the YouTube video instead of just like a screenshot. It's like, what are you filming over there? And I'm like, yeah,
Where are you looking
director's vision,
And that's hilarious.
It's great. But that was a great job doing like the fairy tale gig with you guys was super cool.
Yeah. Talk about the fairy tale gig. That was another very cool, unique one. I've never done anything like it.
It was like so if you like have money and love your kids, you can like hire like Stitch to come to your kid's birthday party.
Or
just
Princess,
like,
yeah.
Oh yeah, or Prince. I just any
Sure, Stitch.
any character. I mean, there's Spider-Man, all of them. So for the company, they wanted to like film a rehearsal of like one of their dances they do at like their major play place.
Yeah,
like
fairy tale
imagine Chuck E.
entertainment.
Cheese, but really cool. And Chuck E. Cheese is really cool, but with no animatronics.
But with princesses.
And
with the real live.
with real people that have feelings and emotions.
Who can show sympathy and empathy.
Right? And so it was super cool. Although it was kind of scary when we first did it because I didn't have the little display on the camera.
Yeah, we had.
So I was like shooting
we had
in
equipment.
the dark.
Having shared equipment, sometimes people hit some funny settings.
Oh yeah.
So that was a part of that, and that was something we, I had never encountered that, and we learned how to deal with such a thing.
Yeah, but then it was so funny because I'm like filming, but I have to like look at the source monitor, so I got the camera and I'm like, okay, cut, and it's like Ariel's forehead, and I'm like,
and
no!
then we didn't have previews either. That was something else because of equipment and that's Allie, former guest Allie Sparks. That's her company that we were doing it for, which that was very cool. We were there till like
midnight, low key.
We were later than that,
Really?
weren't we?
Well, we were like talking for like half an hour after. I'm just
That's
thinking when
true,
the
that's
actual
true, that's
job
true.
like ended.
That's true. We were packed up, but
So that was fun. Then, actually, I helped Kevin, Jody, and Cheryl do. I forget what the event's called, but it's basically where like we get high schoolers come in and we show them the program. So I was in the studio. helping them
that's
with that.
great.
That was
great.
super cool. I wish I had seen
Yeah.
that when I applied here because that would have even cemented further. This is
It's
cool.
changed. It's changed a
Oh, really?
long way. Yeah, that's something that Kevin really pushed for.
Was that part of the focus group we were in?
That was, yeah, we could talk about the focus group too. Something that Kevin pushed for is it used to be just kids in front of the camera, but that's not the program. So Kevin pushed for, it's scary, but let's get high schoolers on the equipment. We got a little taste of like what it's like to be in like the MMA scene.
Yeah, right.
These kids got to get a little taste of what it's like to be in the LTU scene.
That's true.
So, terrific program. Do you want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, I mean, it was cool. We they had a script they would practice in the room, then they came down to the studio. Then after they do that, we'd get one kid on the camera. They'd like set up the shot, so like zooming in and out, moving the camera.
And the kids were doing that, right?
They were doing great. Like really professional actually, especially given like how old they are and probably their first time using a camera like that.
Right.
I was filming with some friends on like this week, and they've never used like a Canon camera before, and they were like going all over the place, taking photos of everything. And these kids were better behaved than my grown friends.
Like
It was just like a Canon,
Yeah,
like
sure.
like a small camera. It was dope, but they were like, "Oh my god!" And they're like messing around with the zooms and all that, which is it's cool. It's exciting. That's what's the fun of having a camera. But like these high schoolers were not doing that at all, which was nice.
Right.
I guess that really just shows how mature my friends are.
Right.
We started
I guess
taking-
different environment.
Well, that's true
but-
too. It's less
but-
academic. We
no,
were
I
just
hear.
on
I
a
hear what you're
sand
saying.
hill.
These kids might do this. That your friend. That might be the last time he holds a camera. He's going hog wild. Yeah.
Right? He doesn't know. But I think it's a great way to just get people interested in the program and understanding just like the basics of what it is. I think, like the thing is with like college in general, and what is special to LTU about me is that it's not like a normal school. Like
That's true.
well, what
yeah.
isn't our slogan like theory makes practice or something like that? Theory is practice. I mean, it's more of
yeah.
an engineering term, but I think
Yeah,
that I think that's true because, well, how do you know you like something until you do it? You know what I mean? How do you know something's going to work until you try it? And I think with our program, within the first year, you'll know if you like it or not because you're doing different stuff.
Yeah.
Like all the classes are different, even if you're in like writing for electronic print and media, that's more journalism angle. But then if you're in like camera for broadcast, that's more just general studio work. And I think we offer a wide variety of classes and stuff that has to do with media in general. Like Rico's audio class, that was great.
Great class.
It's awesome, and you learn the software really well. Adobe for media, I haven't taken it yet, but that's just all the Adobe classes, and that's
Great.
just
That's a
essential
terrific
skills.
class, yeah.
I wish I took it freshman year.
Yeah.
'Cause,
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
got to take that
I-
freshman year. I was very lucky.
Some Zach lore. I went to OTech for 2 years before I came here. I was
Oh, I
going to do
didn't know that.
graphic design. Graphic design is not my passion. It is just making logos, and it's so boring. I like making terrible things in Photoshop, but that's the extent of my graphic design.
Sure,
ability.
that's hobby more than.
Yeah, it's hot. Yeah, I'm not gonna make money from it. It's just like a fun little
for
thing.
sure.
So I already knew a lot of how to use the basics of Premiere, Adobe, Illustrator. What kerning and lettering is, just
The
junk like
creative
that.
suite. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's nice. But I definitely would recommend that as a first time class. But I think it's just it's such a diverse program. You get so many different avenues, stuff like that. I mean, now granted, I haven't majored in any other program here, so I can't speak on what the other ones offer, but.
But, you know, statistically,
there's
they
nothing,
do good.
There's nothing like it. You know what I mean? I mean, Lawrence Technological University. You're using technology. You're learning actual skills. There's like stuff you're doing there. You can go to MSU or Michigan. It really doesn't make a difference. A psych class is a psych class, but no disrespect to psych majors, but you can do it anywhere. But when it comes to like technical skill, you can only gain that in so many different places.
Yeah.
And everyone has different perspectives on everything. So, it's just unique.
Right. Right. And we have such a wealth of professors in our program. And, SOAB really pushes this. We are a technological university, and that's really a rare thing and a special opportunity that we have as students.
Yeah. We really need a wealth of rooms. We get one room in our major, which is pretty cool.
Shout out T217. Game
right.
design, please don't steal it.
Are they trying to steal it?
Yeah, way back
They get
when. I
the
think
color rooms. They get like the red, yellow, green. We get nothing. They can keep that little fancy.
we We get a lot. We get
Oh, we get the studio.
Rooms. That's true. We get the whole studio. But as far as rooms go, we do have T217.
If we could just have like one, literally, I live in Groundhog's Day. I have all my classes in the
In
science
T217,
building
yeah.
and all in the MediaCom building, and it's the same science room from last year to this year. I don't know what cosmic
funny.
fate has decided
That's funny.
this.
And there's a lot in the
It's
science
nice because
building.
I was looking at my banner web and I'm like, I know where I'm going.
Zach's idea, we were talking about this
Yeah.
before. A little tangent, but Zach wants LTU to take over the Westin.
Oh.
And turn it into half dorms, half just MediaCom, right?
I'm saying Lawrence
just-
Tech, I can foresee them I took one business class, so I really know what I'm talking about. I could foresee them buying up because there's so much land available around here in the
That
next
is true,
5 or
that is
10
true.
years. Like there's some like
Maybe not the
apartment
West
complex
End,
down.
but, yeah.
Maybe not the West End, but it's for sale. I'm thinking turn it into like half of it, not even not dorms and classrooms because that'd be kind of annoying, but just turn it
Sure.
into like a classroom or something just for like, the engineers or something. You can remodel the rooms. Like, okay, I work at Planet Fitness, Bloomfield Township. Shout out, love my job. That used to be a hardware store. Now it's a gym.
Yeah,
you
and
know?
you guys have the big elevators.
We
right?
do. It's dope. We have a big elevator. We got that's about it. We got 2 floors, which is dope. We got a downstairs and an upstairs. We have heating that is too hot downstairs.
Nice.
We can't control that. That's corporate.
Sure.
It's so annoying. I don't understand why it's like that. But yeah, I'm just saying we're a creative school. Get the design major. You know what? Give my friend shout out Dante Cerrone. He's a design major. He made an arthritic hammer. So if you have arthritis, you can like hammer stuff.
That's very cool.
He's making like this AI like shopping cart thing.
What other school is giving the kids the
Right. No,
time
that's what I'm
and-
saying. Like it's such a innovative, creative school. Like it's such a unique thing. Go to MSU, you get like kids on Adderall. You don't get that here. you get creative people.
Sure.
Maybe
Sure.
some Adderall, but that's
Well,
prescribed.
that's sure. So the program MediaCom has changed a lot. You said, a couple of things you want to see.
Mm-hmm.
You want to see them taking over. You want Southfield to be an LTU town. Sort of.
I mean, it's not like my one-to-one words, but yeah, that'd be
Sure.
dope.
But I mean, that'd be cool. Don't get me wrong. I
Corporate
would love that.
takeover. You ever play Stardew Valley? Oh, why? It's such a good game. Okay, well, there's
Sorry.
like
I tried it.
the
It
Jaja
wasn't
Mart.
my,
If you you can destroy the community center and they can take over, and then there's like
the
no
Jaja
music.
Mart?
Yeah, it's just like a
Oh.
Walmart equivalent.
Gotcha.
But yeah, go on. Sorry.
But where do you want to see the program go? It's changed a lot since I've been here. It's really was news focused, and now it's with the evolving and adapting space, especially with Kevin,
Yeah.
where he does a lot of like live streaming that's like set up, tear down, out. Where do you want to see the program go?
Should be a gaming class now. I think when it comes to Lawrence Tech expansion and the MediaCom, I think just more modern stuff like a live streaming class would be cool. Like camera for broadcast, for example. That class is like you're setting up 3 camera shoots. You're setting up audio equipment. You're setting up lighting. That's really good. That's really good practical skill. I'm excited for advanced broadcast in the fall. Shout out.
This with Kevin, isn't it?
Yes, I'm so
Great.
excited.
A great class.
It's an awesome class. But I think it'd be cool to get like a live streaming because Kevin does live streams for his church, and I think it'd be cool to learn a lot of those technical skills, like in class before. Because the thing is, like, you're gonna make mistakes in life. That just happens. You're gonna make a lot of mistakes in class. And you're gonna make a lot of mistakes in the field of what you choose to do. So the best time to make mistakes is now. Like there's no such thing as a stupid question, and I've asked a lot of dumb questions.
Sure.
Like-
but then you learned from them.
Right.
So was it a dumb question?
Well, it was pretty dumb. In Phil's class, we were doing video editing.
Sure.
And so Shamu. It was a
Yeah,
SeaWorld.
Shamu.
That's the iconic whale. And so in North Korea they got a chimp that smokes. That's their Shamu.
They have a chimp that smokes?
Yeah, just smokes cigarettes.
That's great.
So in class, I was wondering, could a whale smoke a cigar?
Did you ask Phil that?
I did.
What did he say?
Well, first off, the class kind of looked at me like I was stupid, which I thought it was a valid question because
Okay.
I'm thinking they do have lungs. I was looking up the anatomy of whales, and they
Right.
got the little blowhole.
You were learning how to edit. And this
Well, I was editing the SeaWorld video, and I kind of went on this tangent. I'm like, oh, Shamu's so cool, and they got this North Korean monkey
Right.
that chain smokes.
Why isn't Shamu chain smoking?
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, someone would have to light it for Shamu. I'm not saying he could use the flipper. That would not be possible. But
Sure.
I think it's an interesting like okay, they can breathe for like 5 minutes on land or whatever. Like okay, well, how much is that decreased if they smoke? Like is it 3 minutes?
Interesting.
Because it's
when they have to like inhale and exhale.
Yeah, well that's why I said cigar because you don't inhale with a cigar. So I'm thinking maybe they could do the cigar
you
longer.
Hold it. Okay.
No, you just exhale it. You're like,
So
that's what the whale would have to do.
That's what the whale would have to do. So the program.
But the actual program.
What's changes and going.
Oh,
there's
no,
a lot of things.
I think
changing.
live streaming would be good.
Yeah, live stream.
I think just more. It'd be really cool if there was an Adobe After Effects class for sure.
There is with Frank. You should take it.
Then never mind. I see my prayers have been answered.
That is any MediaComm student listening. Take Frank's. Oh, I forgot what it's called. Motion graphics. Frank's motion graphics class. It is terrific, and Zach, you should take it.
I will do that in the senior fall.
You should. It's After Effects is something that
it's such an essential editing tool. I've dabbled in it slightly.
It is, and it's so being able to going to a client and being like, not only do I know Premiere, but I know After Effects. Mm-hmm. That's game changing. You can do things with editing that they do like on TV.
Yeah.
That's like, how did they do that?
No,
it's
so
game
cool.
changing.
Like
it's great.
also this is just more of a personal bias.
Yeah.
I would like if there was like an animation class just because I like animation and I've done Blender. It's super fun.
Yeah.
And also for anyone listening,
like Dorian. Dorian's going into.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That's like he's great animator.
But no, like the movie Everything Everywhere All at Once. Mm-hmm. A lot of the effects in the movie were from After Effects and Blender.
Yeah.
So that's why. Like, no, I'm not saying we should learn. Well, Blender's a free software. I don't see why not.
I think we should learn Blender.
Yeah, I'm down. I've done it before. I've made backgrounds. I've made some basic animations. It's pretty dope.
That's great. I would like that. I've never even thought of Blender as something in the media communication.
I think it just enhances a lot of projects for sure. There is.
We'd have to find someone who knew Blender.
No.
Yeah, true.
You know what? I actually did want to be a teacher before I came here.
Well, are you tangential? But you just got an opportunity to be a teacher's assistant, if I'm not mistaken, right?
I completely guess.
You guess? Is it official?
I think people have asked me to, and I haven't really thought about it too much. I wouldn't be against. I mean, I don't know.
I am a teacher's assistant.
Oh, I didn't know the torch was being passed down.
Yeah, that kind of.
I wouldn't be against it. I would just have to because I got to plot out.
Well, you don't have to make it.
Well, no, I'm not. Yeah, no, it's not you're like proposing on the spot, and I'm like,
yeah, right.
But I don't know.
I have the offer right here. Are you ready to sign?
I'll sign. Yeah, right. Live on the air. Just put the pen in front of the camera.
What if TAing that's a whole bag of worms and a route that I took, and I could see people taking it and not taking it. But what do you want to do during college? Like as far as internships, X, Y, and Z, and how does that translate to out of college for you?
Well, in college, I want to do more PA work for sure. I think a lot of the time it's not that it's bad paid, but it's not always the most. It's not the problem. It's not consistent work.
It's not consistent work.
And that's I'm at a point where if I'm doing, it's not consistent. I don't want to have an apartment and be on my own fully and then not have money.
That's true. And there are dry seasons, the summer, tons of stuff going on, and then around Christmas, the winter.
But fall is probably So I think it'd be cool to do more PA work for sure. As for end goal, honestly, I'm opening myself to all different opportunities. I kind of jack of all trades, master of none.
Yeah. Sure.
I don't know. I like doing everything, and I don't want to shut down any doors on what could possibly happen.
And why do that? Because you are at the halfway point. 2 years ago, I thought I wanted to totally go into the film industry. Found out that I wanted to do, AV work, and that's totally acceptable in what college is for.
Yeah, it's just natural. I mean, you get your college, you get exposed to new environments, you meet all different kinds of people, you do different things. You go, hey, I like this instead. I mean, very rarely do you meet someone that has ever had a straightforward path. It's just it's just not happening.
It's not realistic. That's not human.
Exactly. It's a Hollywood fake thing.
Well, Zach, I know you are going to do great things.
Thank you.
You are one of the MediaComm programs, up and coming, exciting people that we can't wait to see what you're going to do.
Who's the lower up and coming? What tier am I? Like, who am I in front of and who am I behind?
I don't know if we thought about it that much, but you're definitely someone that.
Right.
That'd be funny if we had it like.
Yeah, there's like a tier list,
This
like
is
A
an
tier.
S rank. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Yeah, so we're excited to see what kind of stuff you get up to. We're excited to see what you do in college, out of college. Zach, thank you so much for joining me today. Wish me luck as I go on my own journey post-college. Everybody watching, thank you so much for watching me as a host. I've been Nico Sparks with the LTU Perspectives podcast. I wish you all the best. Thank you.
Thank you for having me. Really
Thank you,
appreciate
Zach.
it.